Hello everybody, the HBJ with HBJ TV. Today we're hiking by some aqueduct. Hold on, let me lock my car because I have no idea what this place is or where I'm at really. This was kind of in the backwoods, kind of hard to find. This might be a real quick visit, real short, but we'll figure it out. If it is a quick visit, I got another place to check out afterwards on the way back towards civilization. This is a cool little bridge. That's where eventually we're gonna go check out where that guy's standing. Those people are riding a bike. Apparently there's some decent fishing in here. Might have to come back with the pole and check it. But I like history and stupid shit like that, so we're gonna check this place out. Got a trail that way, so we might end up staying here for a while and figuring this shit out. Maybe we'll just do our hike here. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of places people walk down and go fishing, so this must be a good fishing place. Yeah. How's it going? Good. So they got a propane tank out there. I'm guessing it's used for energy. I know they got this building here. Yeah, tired as fuck. But I know it's closed today, but we're still gonna check it out. Might get to the top, take a gander on the inside of the building. See what's at the top of this little baby hill. They got, looks like, the Aux Sable Village. It's a map of the village. 20 minutes to lock a boat. Interesting. It says the village drawn from the memories of the Augusta boiled best, possibly of the town around 1900. Stone quarries, and the people who lived there, gravel pits. Interesting. They have the actual names of the people who supposedly lived there. There's no pictures. This is the house or building. I think it's a remake of the original. How's it going? This is the lock. This is the lock and boat aqueduct. Since the canal was open 24 hours a day, every lock had lock tenders home nearby. They made $300 a year and worked each year until the canal froze. An Irish immigrant was awarded to build this. Interesting. That's where the boats would come in. They'd kind of trap it. And then they'd sell them a bunch of shit. Here's some boys swimming. I don't know if this water looks too good for swimming, but who's this bench? We got a bench that's dedicated. Some dickheads fucking can't read it. Some dickheads smashed the dedication thing. But yeah, this is, I think that was one of the locks. I think they changed. Yeah, fucking hey. Changed it a little bit. Let's get up top here and see what we got rocking and rolling. Another bridge, another old ass wooden bridge. When we come back, we'll cross on this little bridge where the lock is, and we'll get a better view. So that's essentially what they do, is that they just pretty much trap the boat. And it's set on one thing that they would sell them shit and make money. Memory of Greg Kyle, superintendent of the I&M Canal, 89 to 93. I'm assuming if you can get down here, obviously you can see through this water. I don't see any fish, but somewhere in this son of a bitch, I would assume there's some good fishing. And then you got that on the other side. The same thing as this side. But they got this waterway here in between. We'll see that mucky water. Funny how this water here is so clean. Crystal clear, you can see right through it. The water's clean, the floor is clean. Obviously there's tons of moss on the rocks. You can only imagine how old that shit is. You could probably walk right through that. Oh, there's a butterfly in this. Almost hit me in the face. Then you get to this nasty ass shit. Interesting. And you can see how old it is. Everything's built with rivets and it looks like it's all falling apart. Interestingly enough, I'd like to see if they ever try rebuilding this thing. How that would work. That'd be quite a thing to stop all the water. Put brand new ones in. But yeah, all this is that old water. How's it going? All that water, it's murky. I'm assuming that if you go by the right by that wood, you can kind of see in there. But if there's fish, it would be in that part. This might be a quick turnaround here. Doesn't look like this goes too much further. But then we might try the trail that goes down the river the other way. We'll see. We'll see what's going. If not, we'll make it a quick trip and we'll go back to the other spot that I was gonna check out if this place was just one thing anyways. This is what you get for living in the country, folks. This is the kind of shit that they still have. You really want to fucking explore, there's no fucking shortage of it. Like I say all the time, we'll eventually get my old ass down to Starve Rock and we'll do some hikes. We'll go to Matheson National Park. Matheson's pretty cool, or Matheson, whatever it's called, because their hiking trail, I mean, Starve Rock's got cool hiking trails, but Matheson's got like where you can go in the cave, not the cave, maybe the caves, but like climbing on the rocks and waterfalls. It's cool shit to walk through. You got to bring some shitty clothes because you can damage your shit. But we'll cross the street here. We'll go a little bit up this area, and we'll see what's on the other side of this. We'll go up a little bit. We'll turn around. Because I do actually want to go to that other place today. Would have been cool if that, oh, sorry.
How you doing?
Have a good one.
Me too.
Would have been cool if that building was open. Could have checked it out. But it makes sense that that building was there, like you saw in the picture. The how the boat would come up, they'd lock it in, and people come out of the building. I'm not entirely sure how locks work or the reason behind it. I like how they cut all this shit out. I'm assuming it cuts down on the bugs and it helps the trail. Whatever the reason, I like it. And it's funny because on this side, they build roads. Who knows when they decided to build the roads just on the other side of these trees. I'm sure you could hear the cars, but at some point, this was the, this water here, well, I can't see shit now with all the reeds, but it was the only way to get fucking places. Got your ass in a boat and you went. Crazy how times have changed. I always talk about wishing I had my old man mentality when I was younger. I would love to have talked to my great-grandmother while she was alive. And she lived to be over 100 years old, and just ask her and record the questions and be like, you lived before TVs, you lived really before fucking anything, electronics. Like, how mind-blowing is it that you could, instead of having to write a letter to talk to somebody, you could just pick up a telephone at home and call that person and talk to them. I mean, even my grandfather, before he passed, I remember telling stories of, like, how young kids would think of it's just shit so primitive compared to the way it is now. We literally have a mini computer in our pockets at all times. Okay, this is where we're going to turn around. Right here. Just because it's an opening and you could choose a view of this. This probably goes on for quite a while. I'm assuming if this is the I&M Canal, at some point it might have been a little deeper. And it probably does. It goes up a little higher, depending on the season, when it rains heavy, stuff like that. The water levels raise. I know all too well about that. If you ask my buddies, I think that day we were with Nelson, Thomas, Big Germ, Rodwell, and I'm thinking, if my memory serves me correct, that was it. That's all we were with. And we used to jump out of our, we used to go boating up and down the Tennessee River. And there had just been a big rain, and you couldn't see what was in the water, and my dumb ass, I was pretty drunk, but it's alright. And we would jump in the water and swim, and sometimes your boat would tip for, as Big Jim would call them, Eddies and Freddies. Which one time we got stuck because we had these airtight lock cases that we used for deployment, but they're good for boating because you can put all your shit in there, like your car keys, your cell phones. And Thomas had his shit in there, and he's the one that drove. And he hit an eddy, and his boat tipped in. From that point on, we lost the car keys. Thank God he's from Tennessee. Took a while, but his mom was able to come and bring an extra set. And we were saved. But, yeah, so that day with the high tide, it was, you can't see what's in that water. And unfortunately for me, unfortunately, I'd say, but unfortunately, I was almost, let's say, a barbecue skewer. I was almost impaled, literally impaled. So they have stuff like that, but imagine the tree sticking straight up in the air, hanging over the water. So we would climb up the tree and jump off into the water. And I wish Thomas still had that picture, because it was probably one of the coolest pictures I ever took. Hello. So I climbed to the top of this tree, and I told Thomas, hey, when I jump, take a picture right quick. And God bless the good man. He took it at the perfect time. So I arched my back, grabbed my heels, and it was in the air like bam. And now the scariest part of my life, when I hit that water, I felt a tree stump hit me in my jungle bridge. Thank God it didn't puncture me, but I felt like it did. I was just waiting for all the blood to come in the water. I was waiting to, it really knocked me for a loop, and I got hit in the jungle bridge. It's a very sensitive area. So I came back up. Everybody thought I was fucking, like, we were gonna rush to the emergency room after that one. They all thought I was impaled because I didn't move. I couldn't move. I was in that much pain. But from that day on, we all learned our lesson. When there's high tide and you can't see what's underneath, don't fucking jump in the water like a lunatic. I got lucky on that one. And I wish Cheatin' Chisholm himself, Thomas, still had that picture. That'd be a cool picture to have. He might have actually lost it in the time I told you where he lost all his shit on when his boat capsized because of the eddy. He might have lost it then, but yeah, we used to have good times out on the Tennessee River. Bring a ton of beer, pull the boats over. How's it going? There's so much shit to... How's it going? There's so much shit to explore out there, too. We found an area. We went with our platoon sergeant King one time. We were... found a rope swing, jumping in some part of a river, or fucking body of water. We're back at the first bridge. We'll cross it. We'll check the little baby waterfall, and we'll come back the same way. Interesting, there's, I want to say goose feathers. I should have grabbed a few of them. Popped them in my hat. Yeah, here's the first one we saw, lock 8. I think this is the lock here. I think they changed the doors and just put concrete. That's what it looks like anyways. Yeah, as you can see there, this whole thing would fill up with water. The concrete's looking pretty dingy down there, as it should. It's over 100 and something years old. Either that would come up. It looks like it does. I think that's how it does. They pull that up, that big concrete motherfucker, or it was just doors at the time that would open. And the boat would come in here. And over there in the front, another set of doors would close. And either the water would, I think the water would go down or whatever up so they can get out. Interesting, they put a random door here. Pretty cool. Another way for the water to come around. This has to be man-made. They had to have done this. Like a little river. But that's the building where they lived. And that's who ran the lock for the boats coming through. If I'm not mistaken, how the water's doing that shit right there, that's kind of what an eddy looks like, but much worse. Where it's like almost a ripple in the water, but a whole bunch of them. So if I'm not mistaken, Big Germ flipped on an eddy too on his kayak. Big Germ would always get kayaks. Wish I would have learned how to ride them back then. But that big tree trunk, you probably pull that motherfucker out of there. Let the water flow better. So that's the lock. The boat will go from there. It's cool that this kind of made this. Got the eddies up there. Ready. We'll go back over the bridge. I mean, we could walk right to the car, but we'll take the longer way. Because there was a sign walking in, but there was people standing there. I didn't want to tell them, fuck you. That's kind of ignorant. But we'll check it out. They're still over there on their fucking bikes, but hopefully I can at least take a look at the sign. If not, we'll just head to the next place and do part 2. Again, this is the building. See how the old chimneys used to be. I'm thinking this is a replica, if I'm not mistaken. You got all the wasp nests up there underneath. Yeah, because there's no way that this thing's an original. Those rocks might be, but that's about it. Yeah, it's an old building. Alright. We got about 50 to 60 feet. And they got picnic benches and shit out here. You can come spend the day. Pretty nice out here. I didn't know there was another entrance. I could have parked over there. How's it going? It's always good to be friendly and still watch your back, because you never know. When you're in the woods, there ain't really much stop a son of a bitch. Here we go. The I&M Canal State Trail. It's got to be a UR here. I'm guessing this red dot is the UR here. Buffalo Rock State Park. Don't know what that is, but here's the Starved Rock Park. Yeah, and somewhere over here in Peru is Matheson. Illinois State Park. We're gonna have to check that out one day. It's halfway. That's another at Marseilles Dam. Gebhard Woods State Park. Goose Lake Prairie. Yeah, the Aux Sable Aqueduct. The Lock Tender's House 6, Lock Tender's House 8. So this is Lock Tender House 8, and I think there was the road we crossed. Somewhere over here by a bridge was another Lock Tender's house. Yeah, because this is what they used to look like. And those big old wooden boats. Waterways that built Chicago. Although different ethnic groups helped dig the canal. Oh, this has all been dug. Yeah, this is all man-made. Irish immigrants, drawn by the promise of jobs, did most of the work. Fucking Irish. Yeah, so here's the house. This is where we were at. I saw that barn on the way. We walked I want to say I didn't see that. I think we were right about here. But if we go back this way a little bit, there's another aqueduct, the Nettle Creek Aqueduct. And then there's another grain elevator in Seneca. I'm not Carbon Hill, Coal City, Braidwood. Not sure it's worth it to on foot take this hike today, because I want to check the other area. We got a late start. There's the Pissers. They got a sign over there. I'm sure that's what it says about the place. Let's take a gander down this way and see. Maybe we'll walk down and see where these buildings are. And then we'll turn around because there's buildings right here. Here's the bridge that takes us back to our car. I'm assuming this is where one of the people lived. Obviously, you got the energy tank, fuel tank. Because they said that people lived all around this area, pretty close proximity. And there's actually a car here, so somebody has to live here now. And their job would be to man that thing whenever boats and shit would come. I'd hate to have this as my property, all this mowing. Fuck that, and this shitty ass shit would turn all muddy, you could tell. We'll go up probably 50 more feet and we'll turn around. So we got the I&M Canal. Imagine digging this shit by fucking hand. I ain't afraid of hard work and I work hard for a living, but fuck that. Of course you let the fucking Irish do it. Yeah, we'll get up right here and we'll turn around. There's like a little bridge up here. And we'll turn around there. I don't know if this is a lock or if it's way down the fucking road, because I sure as hell ain't walking way the fuck down the road today. Wouldn't be a bad day to do it because it's mostly shade. But again, had a late start to it. And I'd like to check out that other place before it gets dark. Here's this little bridge. Waterway got pretty wide. I'd assume these boats are pretty fucking big. Lots of water just fucking flowing everywhere. Wonder where it always all goes to. Man. I don't know what the fuck that was. Hope to God it wasn't a fucking tick. One thing you gotta kind of worry about being out here. Somebody's got a bobber down there. Hopefully it's still attached to a fish. But yeah, this shit, man, with all this wood down, that'd be perfect spots for fish to fucking hang out. Gotta stretch the old arm out. Yeah, we'll get back to that original bridge. We'll get back in the car and we'll go to the next spot and do part 2 of today's video. It wouldn't be a bad spot to come back to, especially if you had a bicycle. Tons of fucking shit to see, especially if you like history and old shit. I'd say this is a solid B if I had to grade it. And if I was able to go to the lock behind me, might make it a B+. If that building was open, maybe B+. If the other buildings were the direction we went in the first place, if I was able to see them and they were open. Oh, what's in there is chickens. Guy's got 3 chickens. I was wondering what the fuck that thing was for. It's got chickens in there. 4 chickens. Interesting. That'd be the best part about living out here. I'd have all sorts of shit like that. I'd probably have goats too. But I definitely would have chickens. I love eggs. Love fresh eggs. Alright. So we're back at the original bridge. Once we get on this son of a bitch, we'll sign out till we get to the next place. I don't know if the next place will be cool or not, or what kind of place it is, but today's a day for exploring. Get one last camera shot of the lock itself. There's the lock with the little bridge behind it. Little waterfall they made. And the house. I'm assuming, even though this is a bridge made with rivets, that this is relatively new. I'm guessing because I don't know how boats would get through here, but it's for something I have to figure out another day. Alright, this is the HBJ, part 1, out.